Hey everyone, it's Katie, and today I wanted to talk with you all about alcohol addiction and insecurities. I wanted to talk about this because the more I get removed from my alcohol addiction, the more perspective I gain on why it was that I came to be addicted to alcohol in the first place. I have talked about in other videos how I was in a relationship with a man who was really dependent on alcohol, and so I picked up his pattern of behavior and fell into alcohol dependence there. But that is only an aspect of why I became to be addicted to alcohol, because there are plenty of people who are in relationships with alcoholics and do not become addicted. So what is it that caused me to fall so easily to alcohol dependence? And what I realize now is that at the time, I was extremely insecure. I had no values to stand on, no real belief system instilled in me, no passion, no hobby, no skill set developed. I had no sense of self-worth or even of myself. And so I was extremely vulnerable and feel like it was really easy and almost destined for me to fall into this alcohol dependence. I had had a series of traumatic events from childhood that I never quite dealt with as I was growing up, like so many of us have. And so it led me into adulthood, these traumatic events having caused me to feel really insecure and unsure of myself. And so I became really impressionable and really naive and would just give my power away and allow others to kind of make decisions for me and push me around and tell me what to do. And so when I was around my then boyfriend who was drinking really heavily, it was super easy for me to just fall into that because I didn't have any reason not to. And this isn't to put blame on my parents or anyone or anything. I really believe in karma and that this is a life lesson for me to learn from. But just gaining that perspective now that I fell into this alcohol dependence because of these massive insecurities that existed within me. Now, fast forward 10 years and starting to undo my alcohol dependence with the Sinclair Method, realizing a lot of these insecurities are still there, because over the course of the 10 years where I was drinking really heavily, those insecurities, those limiting beliefs I had about myself that were held so deeply and so unconsciously were never really able to come to the surface and really heal, because everything was being masked by alcohol. I was numb so often, and anytime I would feel those feelings of insecurity or lack of self-worth, I would just often be looking forward to a drink just to numb them out. So not to say that 10 years has gone by and I haven't developed or grown at all. I definitely have, but the root cause of these insecurities are still there within me. And I think that we all have insecurities, no matter if you're doing incredible things and saving the planet or whatever. Like, we're all gonna have these insecurities. It's almost part of human nature. But for so long, I was allowing these to kind of dictate my life and control me because I didn't have a solid foundation of values and passions and beliefs to stand on and ground myself in. So what's been happening now that I've been undoing this alcohol dependence, no longer having alcohol to numb out on, is these insecurities have really come up and come to my full awareness, and I'm having to face them. And this was something that I wasn't expecting when I was going on to the Sinclair Method. I wasn't even really aware of these insecurities that existed so deeply within me. I was just really looking to cut back on alcohol. And the Sinclair Method really, really did that for me. But the more I became unaddicted to alcohol and the less and less I had interest in alcohol, the more these feelings would come to the surface, and I would almost be like shut down to where, oh my gosh, these feelings are so overwhelming, so much sadness, so much anger, so much hurt, so much aching in my heart that I couldn't even pinpoint where it's coming from. But it's these repressed emotions that I've had in myself for my whole adult life, or really my whole life, that I'd been numbing out from alcohol. So what am I doing about it? Well, the experience that I've been having lately is you really just have to feel them. And this is where it becomes really important to be able to develop new coping mechanisms and ways to deal with these things that come up. And I will say one of the most important things for me is being able to talk about it, being able to share these experiences here on my YouTube, with my husband, with my friends, with my family, with a therapist, to be able to really verbalize these experiences so that they're coming into reality and coming into my existence so that they're not held so deeply and secretly within me. And along with that too, with these insecurities and limiting beliefs about myself come a lot of fear. Because when you start to remove alcohol, you almost automatically begin to grow and begin to develop in life. But alongside that, you're met with these limiting beliefs that you've held for a long time. So for me, the big one is these insecurities. So I'm starting to grow and develop in life and creating new opportunities for myself. But as soon as a new opportunity comes in, I immediately shut down. I doubt myself. I don't believe in myself. I think I'm not smart enough, that I'm a failure. I'm not going to be able to do it. And how I've been able to navigate this is almost like a fake it till you make it kind of approach. I can't tell you, I think I've felt more fear in this last year of getting sober through the Sinclair Method than I have in the last 10 years of my adult life and going through college and career and all of these things. Because I'm being faced with so many opportunities for me to change. And change is new, change is scary. And all I've had to do is basically, like I said, fake it till you make it. Like if I don't have the belief in myself, I just have to trust that it's in there somewhere. I have to trust in my ability. I surrender to my higher power and ask for guidance. I have to, on a daily basis, dig deep within myself, go past the insecurity, go past that limiting beliefs, self-talk, self-sabotage, self-chatter, to really just trust that there's something deeper within me that needs to be revealed. There's something bigger that I'm supposed to do, and the fear is just a distraction. The insecurities are just a distraction. It's these old beliefs, these old thought patterns wanting to come in and take over because they've been in control for so long. And so it really has been this incredibly beautiful experience where I've been able to see myself grow and develop and transform in ways that were literally impossible when I was dependent on alcohol. But alongside that, I just want to make people aware and really hear from others too that these feelings we had that caused us to fall into alcohol addiction in the first place, whatever it is for you. For me, I'm just going to generalize it as this massive insecurity in my sense of self and who I was. The reality is that's still probably there under the surface. And the more that you remove alcohol dependence and addiction and get more clear, these things are going to have to be dealt with. And truthfully, I didn't really expect that to be the case. I didn't expect the emotional development component to be so hard getting sober. I kind of had this idealized view of, oh, I'm going to be healthier and sober and everything's going to be great. And that's true, definitely. But I was kind of caught off by surprise when I was really making changes in my life for the better, and a lot of these things were kind of happening for the better in my life after battling alcohol for so long, yet these massive insecurities and limiting self-beliefs were still coming up. And to work through them, it's just a matter of believing in yourself even when you don't. And I know it sounds cheesy to believe in yourself, follow your dreams, all of those things, but the more work I do on myself and the more I meditate on those simple phrases and those simple sentences you hear so often in life, the more I think about those and spend time with them, the more deeply they resonate and they impact me. And it's really digging deep within myself to believe in myself even when I don't want to, or even when it feels like it's impossible to do so. It's just gathering up that warrior spirit, gathering up that inner strength that exists within all of us, and forging forward, not letting the self-talk win, not letting the insecurities and feeling of limiting self-belief and lack of self-worth within yourself, not letting those win. You are so much more than that. You can't even imagine how amazing and great you are. And just developing that trust that is true and believing in yourself when you don't want to is the key to getting through it. And it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And it's going to get you closer to the truth of who you are. So just wanted to share this. Appreciate you guys for watching. Take care. Bye.